Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clutch Them Pearls. Y'all, something is not adding up. Jack and Lilly Sullivan, just 6 and 4 years old, vanished from their Nova Scotia home May 2nd. New reports are coming in right now, and they are raising a lot of red flags. Were these babies handed off? That's the new thing that's going around. Do you think this was something like a planned disappearance? Because the more you dig into the timeline, something definitely doesn't add up. So tonight we're going to talk about that. We're unpacking what the RCMP isn't saying and the latest bombshell updates, and whether the kids were quietly passed off, handed to someone, and they're just not admitting it. Or is this just another cover story? We'll find out.
So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Bunny whistle. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 20th, 2025. It is currently 9:04 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. How you guys doing? Everyone, so good to see you. Get yourself comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and we're going to hang out again. We are talking about Lilly and Jack Sullivan today. Last night was an interesting live, to say the very least. A gentleman came up here. He said that he was Malehya's uncle, and he says that he knows about 80% about what happened. Now, you can take that as you will. You can believe him. You cannot believe him. You can do a little bit in between. That's all up to you. But he says that, in his opinion, what he believes is that Malehya handed them off to someone. Ashley, if you missed it, I cropped and posted a video of just the conversation. So check under the video section, and you can see all of that. Thank you so much, Dean White. Thank you so much. Who's on first? Hello, gorgeous. How you doing? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Who's on first? Thank you for being a member as well. Guys, do me a favor, please hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. Just saying, they're world famous. No pressure. No pressure. And please share the live out. Would greatly appreciate that if you share it on any of your lives. This is going to be a shorter live than I'm used to in this, because the Decker sisters, Travis Decker, who unalived his children. God, it makes me want to just, when I talk about it, it just makes me want to like start crying. They're having a memorial for them today, and it starts at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. So, hey, Kelsey, good to see you. So we'll be doing that right after this, and it will be streamed live. It's going to be very difficult, I'm sure. Guys, also, if you want to help a YouTuber out, become a member. Would love to have you to the Pearl family. Or you can donate. That always helps as well. No pressure. I know some people can, some people can't. It all works out in the end. So thank you for just being here. That's the main thing. But if you want to become a member or donate a membership, whatever. And we'll thank you, Red Moon. There you go, Red Moon. Who's on Red Moon? Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you for gifting that pearl necklace, my dear. I love that picture. Just a simple maple leaf. Are you from Canada? Oh, Canada. I love that. Thank you so much, Red Moon. If you received that, make sure you give Red Moon a big thank you, my dear. And thank you so much. Shout out to Wentworth, Nova Scotia. Love you, Justin. Paige, I love you too. I love everything about you, and I love everything about Canada, Wentworth, Nova Scotia, wherever you are. I love Canada. In fact, I would probably live in Canada full time if it wasn't so damn cold. I really would, because I love the way the country operates. I really do. Canada to me is like America, but the UK. You know what I mean? It's like the American UK. It's and that's what I really enjoy about it. It's, you can still get a bigger size drink there, but you can't. But uh, you go to the UK and you're like, I need a large drink. They're like, we have one size. You fat American, you. I'm like, all right, then, but let me buy 10. Let me buy 10 of them. I can't help it. I wanted my big gulp. I'm just kidding. Thank you all so much. Really do. Panda, thank you, baby. Good to see you, honey. We'll be on another channel speaking their story. Panda Bear Mom, if you and your aunt want to come up, we'll do it. Just let me know. Just let me know. So thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. I would love to have you guys on and do what I can. I really would. Let me take a screenshot of this so I can remember. Guys, I have been so busy today. It's been with Barry Morphew and all of this stuff that's going on. For those, a lot of you guys don't know about Barry Morphew, but there's a lot going on with that too. Lilly and Jack Sullivan, all that. Thank you so much, Panda. I appreciate all your support, honey. I really do. There's my Kelsey. Thank you so much, my dear. Sorry, I've been MIA, been so sick over the last few weeks. Honey, you are too cute to be sick. No, you can't be sick. We don't like that. A British girl told me that's the trouble with us Americans. We like everything large. Yes, we do. You should go to Texas. All right, moving on. Sorry. It's inappropriate. Sorry. Okay, moving on. So, missing Nova Scotia children were assessed by Child Welfare Agency months before the disappearance. Big article coming out today in the Globe and Mail. The Globe and Mail. Okay. So this is what we're working with. Coming out of Halifax by Lindsay Jones and Greg Mercer. Credit goes to them, plus the Globe and Mail. Nova Scotia Children Protection Agency investigated the living conditions of Jack and Lilly Sullivan months before their mysterious disappearance in early May. A case filed that has been reviewed by the minister responsible for child welfare. Scott Armstrong, Nova Scotia Minister of Opportunities and Social Development, confirmed in an interview that the agency had a file on the children prior to the disappearance, but said it would be inappropriate for him to discuss the agency findings. What do you think, guys? What do you think? It never seems to fail that there's always something going on. Am I right or am I right? It always seems that there is something going on. How many times? All of these kids that are going missing, there is how many? When does it have to, when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? With Jack and Lilly still missing and a police investigation underway, it's not the right time to dissect the agency's prior involvement, Mr. Armstrong said. Quote, we have no idea where those kids are, and we should be focused on helping them and finding them and supporting this family, end quote, he said. They asked whether a review had been ordered into the agency prior interactions with the children. He said, quote, as a minister, I've seen a report I'll talk on that. I've personally seen a report. I asked for it, end quote. He said, quote, I'm aware of how our department was involved in this, end quote. So he's saying we're not going to talk about what's in the report, but we are. But I will tell you, there has been a report. What would be the motive, though? Dark Princess says, do you mean to them vanishing? See, this is the thing. I know a lot of people always think there has to be a motive, and the motive is if there is something that is premeditative, that would be a motive, right? But not everything actually has a motive. If someone is, in a mental state, or something happens in the house, there's a big fight and someone goes on a rage, there doesn't necessarily be a motive. It just kind of, thank you, Trooper. Good to see you, honey. Um, thank you, Adopted Cat Babies. Good to see you, Justin. I'm a lonely widow that loves your soothing voice. It calms me. Aw, you have no idea. Thank you so much, Adopted Cat. That is so kind of you, those words. I really do appreciate your support. That's very sweet of you. You guys are so good to me, and I appreciate that. I can't tell you. I really do. Thank you. It's going to make me cry. Thank you. Thank you, Anna Elizabeth. Appreciate you, Bethany. You're very sweet to me as well, honey. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you, my dear. So, all I know is that something is wrong here. That's all I know, is something is incredibly wrong. Okay. He added, quote, I think we should be focused more on the kids than we are looking to blame somebody. Let me tell you something. I get irritated when someone says that, to be quite honest with you. I get irritated because people's always like, well, let's focus on the kids. Well, duh, that's the reason we are here. It's such a generic thing to say. Oh, let's focus on the kids. Why else are we here? Of course, we're focusing on the kids. But focusing on the kids, you have to have honest people and know what they actually did, or you can't go any further. Guys, let's get back to kids. Of course, that's how you find exactly, Ginger. It is so annoying when people say that. It's just filler words. It's just to fill the text in, or just to get her out of your room, pretty much. That's all it is. Yeah, that's the whole freaking reason we're here, people, for the missing children. But if we have, I don't know, a stepdad who is saying 2011 different stories, and that's just in one day, and we have a mother who isn't speaking on her not one but two missing children, I mean, of course, we are naturally going to have an opinion and judge on that a little bit. As 1 second, I'm sorry. All right, sorry about that. No, it just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. Oh my God, Angel, thank you so much. That is so sweet. Thank you so much, my dear. I really do appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much, honey. I love you to pieces. Thank you for your support. It means so much. It really does. Danny has been pretending to care, in my opinion. He changes his stories more than he does his underwear, allegedly. And that's the thing. Like, like I said, I feel like a broken record. I give Danny the credit that he is willing to sit down in an interview, to go to the gatherings, uh, the vigils, and do the press and all that. But how can someone not turn their head a little bit and say, Daniel, Dan, you've said like minimum of 5 different stories. Like that's a problem. That's a problem. You know what I mean? Guys, if you received one of those memberships from our dear Angel, please give her a big, big thank you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, lovies. You cannot change your story umpteen times and not have people not speculate. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the thing. That is a little concerning, you know what I mean? Uh Mr. Armstrong said there may come a point where the agency's involvement with the children is deserving of more scrutiny. But now, 7 weeks into the disappearance, it is not. So I can tell you that that Meadow is absolutely in child protection right now. That she was with grandma for a period of time, right? She was with grandma for a period of time, but allegedly Malehya was not doing something or not doing something, allegedly wasn't following protocol, and that's gone too. That's gone too. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's like Malehya is, it's like now all the kids are gone. Like literally, all of her kids are gone. And she's just running to wherever she's running for cover, like for them to, like, Malehya. And listen, I said this the first time I saw her. You can go back and you can looking at her. I could just tell she's a soft spoken gal. Very soft spoken. I bet I agree with the uncle yesterday. I don't think she likes conflict at all or anything like that. But there comes a time, right? Malehya, if you're watching this, you're a mother. You are a mother. And you've got to get every ounce of strength and do something that you've never done before. You've never been put in this situation. I understand that. But sometimes when you're a mom, you've got to grab life by the horns, so to speak, and you've got to be there, mind, body, soul, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, there for your kids. You have to do it, right? You have to do that. Whenever you create children or you have children, adopt children, whatever your circumstances is, you are there to protect them because children cannot protect themselves. They are the most vulnerable of our society, right? Children, people with disabilities, animals, right? Whether it's mental, physical disabilities, doesn't matter. Those us able-bodied people are supposed to be the ones there for them. And that's that, right? Hey, Kay, good to see you. Thank you so much for 9 months. Really do appreciate you, Miss Kay. Good to see you. I really do appreciate that. 9 continuous months. Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Kay. Hope you are well, my friend. And who's on first? Thank you so much again, baby. Good to see you. Saying she dislikes conflict and has PTSD is a total cop-out. People have been put in danger because she is an immature brat. Daniel is naive and has tried to protect her, and even goes like, I think you mean with their lies, goes with their lies. And I've wondered that. And who's on first? I mentioned that yesterday, right? Thinking about this, I thought, what if just one of them is actually involved, right? But let's say Daniel freaked out, right? Right? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, Shirley. Thank you for your input. Uh, I, I, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. But anyway, moving forward, I was thinking yesterday. Actually, I think I said it yesterday that what if like Daniel was like one person was involved and then Daniel didn't want her to get in trouble, didn't want them to get in trouble, and allegedly could have helped out. Surely I am fully aware of who I am, right? I am fully aware of who I am. Um, and if you don't like it, you can, there's a billion other channels on here. There's a billion other channels on here. Okay? That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you, honey. Okay. Moving forward. I see people saying no abuse. I was married for 11 years, and when I decided to get out, not even my family believed that I had lived through blue jeans and pearls. And that's you really don't know. Uh, you really don't know what's going on behind closed doors a lot of times. You know. Yeah. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. Uh, I'm not the creator that's going to say, I don't give a fuck if anybody likes me or anything like that. That's not me. If you want to go to a channel like that, there is a dime a dozen out there. I do, but I'm not made for everybody. Right? So there's that. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. So, anywho, Miss Brooks Murray told police that Lilly 6 and Jack 4 wandered away from their Lansdowne Station home May 2nd while she and Mr. Martell, her then common law partner, were sleeping. Earlier that same morning, around 6:15, she reported both children would have been absent from school, according to Mr. Martell. He told the Globe Lilly had a cough and Jack was kept home as a precaution. See, that's another interesting thing. In not that it's like a huge difference or anything, but I will say that Malehya, she made a text and she said both of the kids had a cough. So you're funny, Lily. That's very funny. I forgot I had my card. Oh, you're fine, Candace, honey. You're fine, baby. Good to thank you for being here. Yeah. Ginger, you can take care of that if you need to. So that's right, Ginger Snaps. That's right. That's right. The RCMP Majors Crime Division, involved since day 2 of the search, has since seized electronics from the children's home, conducted polygraph tests, analyzed hours of video footage from the road outside their residence, and searched septic systems, abandoned mine shafts in the area. So far, the children appear to have disappeared without a trace. The division, whose primary role is to investigate foul play and homicides, have repeatedly said there is no evidence that the children were abducted. You know what they won't say? They won't say that there's no evidence of foul play. That's one thing that they haven't stated. Credit goes to the CBC Nova Scotia. CBC Nova Scotia. All right, let me give them some credit here. CBC. All right. Link will be provided in the description. All right. What's up, Sherry? You okay, Sherry? You all right? You okay? Hope you're okay. Let's roll, mother chickens. I don't know, but this lady right here, I trust her. Like, I can tell that for whatever reason that she does her job really well. Like, she takes it really seriously. She cares. I can just feel it from her. I just can. Justin, I don't understand why parents or anyone hurt children. I have 9 kids and 29 grandkids. I'm going to be a great grandma. That's awesome, Michelle. That's amazing. That's amazing. Hello, Virginia Wolf. Good to see you. She looks sad. All right. Credit goes to the CDC. Now, she says that she believes the children are in the woods. Credit goes to the CDC. Is it CDC? Who is it? CBC. Sorry, CBC. 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 Okay. I was going to say CDC is Center of Disease. Isn't it Center of Disease Control?
Do you think those kids are in the woods?
From everything I've seen, yes.
This is new.
We got the first call shortly after 11 on Friday morning on the 2nd that there was 2 children.
Now, remember, the police were called at around 10 o'clock, right? Probably nobody got a notification because I've probably used them all up in the last 24 hours. That's probably why they only give you 3 in a 24-hour period. But the they got a call around 10 a.m. is when the first, and 11 a.m. is when they first got the call for the searcher. So they started really quick. They started really, really quick, right? So
Lost up here.
now you would think, because one thing that has stayed the same is the 20 minutes from Daniel and Malehya. It's been the 20 minutes. No more than 20 minutes. They could have been out there, right? And we're talking, we got to think about this too. The 20 minutes, he said that 20 minutes, they couldn't have been gone for more than 20 minutes because he was they were asleep for about 20 minutes. That's also with them being in the kitchen or the living room. That's also them being out in the yard, and that's also them being gone, right? So they could have been a minute ahead, 19 minutes ahead, if the story is ends up being true, which is not really far. It's not a lot of time when there's a 4 and a 6-year-old involved.
Here in Lansdowne, and we just deployed the team and got here as fast as we could.
And when you got that first call, did anything stand out about that first call as unique or unusual? Or?
It's not common to have 2 lost subjects in that kind of scenario. So with kids like that, it's not common to have the 2. It's not uncommon, so a pair of hikers is overdue or something like that. But
yeah, right. I mean, it's not uncommon for 2 adults like hikers. That makes sense. But 2 kids going missing like this. The only other children I've seen with 2 going missing like this is Oren and Orson West. Thank you, Laura. Good to see you, love. She has 25 years experience, yeah. So, with 2 kids, you've got double the chance of finding them, or finding at least one of the 2, right? One of the 2. There's 2 out there at that point. Technology should have picked it up. Never found, Ashley.
with kids, it is a little uncommon.
Oh, no.
Oren,
Hold on.
Have you
Oren and Orson, no, they were never found. They've never been found. The parents are in prison, though.
found anything?
Step parents.
The only thing that we
Adopted
had was
parents.
the boot prints that everybody, and we still cannot 100% say that they belong to the children, but that was pretty much the only thing that we had.
What did you say? Hold on.
The only thing that's a little uncommon to have 2 gone missing.
Have you found anything?
The only thing that we had was the boot prints that everybody, and we still cannot 100% say that they belong to the children, but that was pretty much the only thing that we had.
You think they're in the woods?
I have not been told anything to lead me to any other conclusion at this point.
Why can't you find them?
They're small, they'd be hiding, they would have crawled underneath something.
She's trying to be politically
And
correct.
probably when they got tired, they could have gone further than what we searched. There's all kinds of scenarios, unfortunately.
So there was a piece of a blanket that was found, or a piece of fabric or something like that. And in the recording, it says the family brought us here, and there's a boot print and a piece of something. I can't remember what it says.
So we're on Lansdowne Road. It was in one of the areas that was searched extensively, as you can tell from like the flagging tape in the woods. So when teams are tasked, they get a bearing or a waypoint or both for where they are to start. So they come down into the woods and they'll tie a ribbon so they know where their start point is. And then they start on their compass bearing into the woods. As you can see another flag. So this is where they were going straight into the woods. So
I think
they're
someone
following their
did a lap
bearing,
a day.
putting their flag line down and searching at the same
Yep.
time. Coming up through all of this stuff.
How much of this is down because of Fiona?
A lot of this is down because of Fiona, and some of it could have come down after the fact, but the vast majority of it was probably from Fiona. So grid searching comes in different types. So we have type 1, type 2, and type 3. A type 1 is fairly open. So if we're looking more for signs of travel or say larger objects. So if we
Hold on, I want to answer this. Lady for Justice says M had ample time to sneak them out while Daniel was sleeping. I've done similar. Just left one morning with my son. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's if Daniel would be going along with her story, right? Because Daniel changed his story in this most recent interview and said he was the one, or he wasn't the one sleeping. Malehya was the one sleeping. So it's like, make up your mind.
they have a backpack or something like that, we can space people out, 10, 20 meters apart. And especially if we think somebody's going to be responsive, so they're going to talk to us when they're calling to us, we'll do open. We were doing closed grid or type 2, so teams were very close together because we were expecting children to be hiding. A lot of children that age range will hide. So if we're 20 meters apart in some of these woods, you can't see 2 feet away from you. Like there would be places where teams would be almost able to touch their fingertips together and they couldn't actually see each other through the bushes. It's that thick in places.
So how does this compare to what your teams have?
That is true. That is true. I think it was a Lafferty, not a Lafferty that said that. Who was the Hatters? But she was up early calling the school, 6:15. 6:15. I mean, from 6:15, let's say till 7:30, that's an hour and 15 minutes. They disappeared around 8 o'clock. That's not a lot of time. And I would say, would both the kids be up really early? Would they be up that early? Oh, wrong. Sorry, wrong one. Apologize. Okay, we go.
Been dealing with?
This is actually fairly mild compared to some of the areas.
Mild. It looks like such a mess.
It does look like a mess, and you got the thorn bushes and the
They can
deadfalls.
be. Yeah,
but there's
that's true.
places
They
that are
can be.
actually a lot worse.
Some kids get up
but
early.
there are places that are a little bit better as well.
When I was a kid, I was up by 6:30 every morning.
But what would be worse?
A
What
lot
does it
more
look-
deadfall. You can get places where it's
Look
just
at this,
But
guys.
what would be?
Look at this. Look at this. A kid in their diaper.
Worse.
a
What
lot
does it
more
look-
deadfall. You can get places where it's just deadfall on top of deadfall on top of deadfall, and you literally have to crawl underneath of it or climb over top of it.
They're
You
not
were
going
also
to get far.
saying, though, to the general public, don't come help us. Why did you say that?
We don't want the general public in the area because we use a lot of very specialized assets like canines that are looking for the freshest human scent they can find.
Jana.
So if we have somebody from the public go through an area and we don't know, but we were deliberately waiting to send a canine into that area, that canine could get on the track from that person, and then we've just wasted that resource because once that dog's probably done its track, they're probably exhausted and can't go out and do anything else. And same as drones, if we're flying a drone over the area and we get a heat signature from somebody in an area and we can't identify who or what it is, then we have to send GSAR resources in or police resources to confirm who that is. And in the same breath, a lot of it comes down to training. So our people are trained to look for the little things, the footprints, the pieces of clothing that are discarded, the broken branches, the spots where somebody might have crawled in underneath something and had a nap or something like that. So they're very clue sensitive is what we call it. They're clue finders. So we're not just looking for the two children. We're looking for all the evidence of them going through.
Now, the problem that Paul says Durwood's story makes a lot of sense. The thing that I have, because this always seems to come up in the high profile missing cases, like it happened in Summers, happens in Sebastian's, happens here. Are they out there? Did somebody take them? Does it happen? Yes, it does. It does. It's extraordinarily rare. Extraordinarily rare. But by now, why wouldn't someone drop Jack and Lilly off in a safe place? You know what I mean? Yes, be in Florida. Yeah. Hold on. Durwood was trying to get. Wait a minute. Logan's trying to get custody of Meadow. Durwood has a story that creates increased plausibility, mystery, a way to keep Malehya out of jail right now, I think, is the crudest form. Yeah, I just don't see why someone would, if they were out there, just drop them off somewhere and say, go in there. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she's been on she was the one in that recording. I'll check on that.
area, which is a big part of what we do. So when the boot print was found, we told the team just to send us the coordinates. We got a picture. Yeah, it looks like a children's rubber boot print, which is what we were looking for. Conversed with the incident commander. Yeah, we're going to send. We sent an RCMP K9 in first. Then we sent human tracking teams, so like man trackers. So we have some members that have been trained to do tracking themselves. We sent them in and we did some grid searching in the area to see, just to follow up. And then the RCMP forensics unit went in and did actually a cast of the boot print. We did investigate a few wells and mine shafts. The teams came across them in the woods, so they would look in them as best they could. There was one mine shaft we actually ended up flying a drone into to see if there was any sign of anything going in there, because it wasn't safe to send people in. And there was no sign of any disturbance or anything inside the mine shaft. So I know they're still doing investigation. Anytime a tip comes in, they follow right up on it. So
Do you feel it's been searched as well as it can be searched?
what has been searched very well. Very extensive. With over 12,000 hours put in on the search. It's pretty much unheard of in this province. All searches are hard unless we have a good ending, obviously.
So I just want you guys to know how big Canada's forest is. It is the second largest forest on the planet. Right? It is the only place in the world that has a bigger forest is Russia. It's humongous. It's dense. Right? What do you mean, Janet? I think they should just arrest both parents and subject them for hours and hours. I do too, but they won't they don't do that in Canada. They won't do it in Canada like that. They combine the woods with they comb the woods with a fine tooth comb. They're not there. They're not in that area, I don't think. I don't believe they're in that radius. Mm-mm. No. Go to Northern Ontario. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But some hit closer to home than others do. There was members that couldn't bring themselves to call the names, but other people on the team were, so it wasn't impeding the search effort, but because of personal reasons, they couldn't actually physically call for the names themselves.
They just couldn't say the words.
They couldn't get it out, no, for whatever reason they had. And there was people coming to the end of it
That's
that,
sad.
whether it was physically, they were just exhausted, or mentally exhausted, that couldn't return to the search area
More
as well.
than the US
So we
adopt
saw
the
a little
cat.
bit lower numbers on some of the revisit searches that we did with some of the teams.
For that first weekend search, after, the searches scaled back on May 7th,
Yeah.
what were you told when you got that call? Like, why?
I mean, you gotta. It depends on what you call the woods, right? Like, are they out deep in the woods? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they're close. In my opinion, they're probably if there is foul play, I believe that they would be close to an accessible dirt road of some sort or trail. Very close within that.
How were you going back?
It was actually a conversation. I was meeting with major crimes on a regular basis, going
It's
through the
Canada,
paperwork from the
Angie.
search and showing them what was
They don't-
covered and what wasn't covered.
they don't
And it
have
was actually a
the FBI.
conversation had between us that, yeah, there's some areas that we would like to go in and get covered off, either better or new areas that we said, well, there's a possibility, so we want to just go search those areas as well. So it's not uncommon for us to go back to a search if we haven't found something.
What prompted then the second weekend search?
Basically the same thing, just more areas that we really wanted to see get covered and just expand out on what we had done.
So just to be clear, it was
Jessica.
not as a result of the new information?
It was not. No.
I think it gave some people in the public hope,
Yes.
you know? Like, oh, maybe they found something there in that area they're looking. It wasn't that.
It was not. So it was just that we wanted to extend out our search area and cover off areas. Most of these people, they're all volunteers. They just want to find the kids and bring them home. So they're more than willing to keep coming back and keep searching. Unfortunately, at this point, unless something comes up, we're probably not going to be back. But that being said, somebody could find something that brings us back. Children just bring out the best in people when we're in a situation like this. Everybody just wants.
That's really sad, man. No cadaver dogs, Laura. They used the RCMP confirmed that they used no cadaver dogs. They're saying very early on that they do not believe these children are alive. Right? So if that's the case, why not use cadaver dogs? I think that was a mistake in my opinion. Jenja, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace, my darling. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, my dear. 11. Let me see here. We are 3 away from our goal. Thank you so much, my dear. If you receive that, make sure you give our Ginger a big, big, big thank you. Very kind of you, my darling. Jana to the office, please. You're being paged. Jana to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Jana. Jana thought I forgot about it, didn't she, honey? Didn't she? Love you too, lady. But Justice, why aren't they using both? I'm so confused. You would think, wouldn't you? But here we are. Nope. No bueno. The day after the children were reported missing, Miss Brooks Murray left her home in Lansdowne. She cut off contact with Mr. Martell and later changed her Facebook status to single. That, in my opinion, right there tells me there was trouble going on in this home. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. If you hit the thumbs up button, you get 10 years of good luck. I'm just saying. I just want you to have like the best luck possible. So 10 years of good luck. So I really believe that shows, I mean, Daniel says at the press conference when Malehya was not feeling good, when she was in the back of the ambulance, mom talked to her for 5 minutes and it was poof after that. Yilva, of course. Don't say that. You have a long, long life ahead of you. I do believe that Daniel's temper has been underplayed at Opticat. I think like a lot of people, I think Daniel's highs are probably really high, and I think his lows are probably really low. And this uncle, again, whether you think he's uncle or not, he definitely knows him. He definitely knows him, and he's definitely from Nova Scotia and all that. and all that. So, but he said something last night that was interesting to me. And Malehya's ex mother-in-law, if you will, Belinda, she said the same thing. Malehya is not the type of person to whip her kids. She talks very gently with the kids, right? Talks very gently. All of that. He said the same thing. That being said, and you can just tell she's more of a timid person if you can read people. You know, you know. Now, he said that they differed on how they disciplined the kids. And that makes me wonder. You got to remember that this is Daniel's house. You hear music? You shouldn't hear music. If you hear banjos, run. This is Daniel's home, right? Daniel's home. Daniel's property. Daniel's income. Daniel's family on the property. And it's just Malehya. So I could see, I've never seen any other YouTuber take this angle yet. I can see why she might feel a little bit of an outcast, if you will. You know what I mean? Hi, Niner Nana. Good to see you. It's the neighborhood. That's funny. So, and those things are all true, right? And Jack and Lilly, and this is just it. Some step parents absolutely will not see the children as stepchildren. You know, they're just as close to their stepchildren as they are their own biological, right? Then there are those that will never see them the same. That will never see them the same. And I'm wondering, after Daniel had made a baby with Malehya, did things change? Right? Did things change? What did Mohawk say? Mohawk's always got good points. Where's my little Mohawky? Sorry, but I do not think Durwood is related to Malehya. I don't think he's related necessarily as well. I think when he says uncle, I think it's a friend of the family. But I do believe his youngest son is buddies with Daniel. Yes, that's what yep, who lives up the road in the trailer on the water. Yes, I think that's what it, when he means uncle, I think it means, so I know in like a lot of cultures, like when I'm with a side of like my mother-in-law's family and stuff, her friends or their extended family, I call them uncle or I call them auntie. No blood relation whatsoever to me. None at all. but I call them uncle and I call them auntie, as that's how you are respectful toward in that. So I think, you know, it's people's like, hey, cuz, or whatever, you know, some people call each other cousin or whatever. So it can mean something like that as well. I don't think that they changed regarding the kids. I think mom wanted to leave and she didn't want to lose control over Meadow. But why this happened to Jack and Lily though? That's what I don't get. You know what I mean? Like, but see, they both lost right now. They both lost because neither one of them have Lily or Meadow. Right? Malehya could have been afraid they would have taken the kids. There was a CPS case open. Malehya could have been afraid that they would have take the kids. So, but this is the thing. But this is the thing, Soldier Girl. I don't understand. If you are afraid they're going to take your kids for whatever reason, and you put them somewhere else, they're not with you anyway. You know what I mean? They're not with you anyway. CPS case in the past. Yeah. Gotcha. Guys, this was a quick one tonight. We're going to head over and do the Decker Sister Memorial. It is starting right now. If you want to join me over there, I'm starting right now. This is Travis Decker, who is still wanted for the murder of his 3 beautiful children. And there is a big public memorial tonight, and it's going to be very powerful if you want to watch us over there. So I'm going to start out a new live right now. Love you guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'll be back with this tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Thank you guys. God bless. This channel, Hope Floats. Yep. Drop the link again for what, Hatters? For here's the link to the one we're starting right now. No, just click that link right there. You might not get a notification. Click that link right there. That'll take you right there. I'll see you guys there. Love you guys. Bye-bye.